So why this meeting then? Why are we looking at the science of animal sentience? Well, it's a particularly hot topic at the moment globally. So, for example, in the UK, where I'm based, there's a sentience bill that's currently going through government that will scrutinise policy and ensure that due regard is paid to the welfare of sentient animals when policy is being determined. Within the directive that regulates animal research and testing within the European Union and within the UK legislation that regulates animal experiments, it's already assumed that animals are sentient, the animals that are within scope, that is, they're treated as sentient creatures. And of course, human relationships with animals and the way in which we treat animals have come to the fore, particularly now that we're in the grip of a global pandemic. It's raised a lot of questions about human-animal interactions, what's done with animals, how, and for what purpose. And then, of course, as scientists working in the life sciences, your work particularly informs the debate about animal sentience. And as I'm sure you've seen, we've got a fantastic line.
If you bear with us one moment while Penny reconnects to the sound.
Right, can somebody sort the sound out, please? Can you tell me when the sound comes back again? It's back, right, okay. So I was just saying, before we move on, for those of you who are active in the life sciences, it kind of comes full circle, because often the information that you discover about animals actually feeds into the legislation and codes of practice that govern what you do. So it's something that you're really heavily involved in, whether you're aware of this or not. So for all of these reasons, it's really timely to have a look at animal sentient science. And it's wonderful to see so many of you registered. We had over 200 people registered from all around the world, and we'll find out where you're all from very shortly, because we're just going to start by breaking the ice and doing a few polls, just a sort of an icebreaker. Just wondering where in the world you are. So hopefully you can see the slide and you can see the poll as well, and you can vote. Okay, so very heavily represented by Europeans, but we've got quite a few people from North America, also Australia and New Zealand. Okay, so that was just really to see where people are. The next poll, we'd like to see what career stage you're at. If you want to move the slide on, Eniola, and I'll put the poll up as well. So the poll on the left-hand side there, vote for your career stage: bachelor's, PhD, early career, or established career. It's mostly early career researchers. A few more established ones come in. Okay, that's interesting. Thank you. Quite a broad spread there. And it's nice to see some bachelor students in as well. Okay, so do you want to move the slide on, Eniola? The next one, we want to know what broad class of animals you study. Don't pull me up on the taxonomy. It was quite difficult to think about how to divide animals up without a massive long list. So I've just gone for sort of animal classes. Obviously, if you don't study living animals, then just you don't have to vote. I'm expecting lots of fish people, as it's SEB, or quite a few mammals as well. So again, a good spread, some representation from amphibians, insects, crustaceans, not so many reptiles, mostly mammals and fish. Okay, that's helpful, thank you. Now, the next question I had for you is something that I'd like you to answer in the chat box, please. Eniola, could you move the slide on, please? What I want to know is what you wanted to get out of today. So could you put in your chat book, oh, pity you could only select one animal group. Oh, sorry, Axelson, that was supposed to, you were meant to be able to select more than one animal group. So Eniola, could you check that which animals do you think are sentient one? People could select more than one animal group, please, just for later on. Right, okay, sorry about that. So what did you want to get out today? If you could just use the chat box just to say what you're expecting today and what you particularly wanted to get out of this meeting, that would be helpful. Right, thank you, Rowan and Melanie. I won't read them all out. You can all scroll up and down and look at those. Lots of people interested in refinement and understanding what sentience is. Juliet wants to find out more about the experiences of snails. Me too. Okay, so there's quite a good spread of people interested in the research, wanting a better understanding of animal sentience and how it can impact on policy. Yes, particularly. Okay, learn about a different perspective than a mammal-centric one. Well, those are all really helpful. Those are all really good, and you definitely won't be disappointed. Thank you very much for that. So the next question, Eniola, would you like to advance the slide on, please? The next question is, what does sentience mean to you? And I've deliberately asked you what sentience means to you before we actually have this meeting, and as quite an open question because I'm just really interested to know what you think. So, Eniola, I'm still seeing the previous slide. What do you want to get out of today? Move it on one. There we go. Yeah, what does sentience mean to you? Being aware of the self and the world around, feeling emotions, awareness, ability to experience positive and negative feelings. So there's a lot in there about ability to feel, ability to experience, have subjective experiences, feelings that matter. Okay, well, those are all very much in line. I mean, obviously, there's no one single agreed definition of sentience. So, Eniola, would you like to move the slide on one? I'm just going to put up a definition that the RSPCA has been using. Eniola, could you move it on one? I don't know whether my screen's frozen. Just onto the next slide. Right, so this definition here is one that my organisation, the RSPCA, has been using. There are various definitions. Oh, thank you, Tom. Okay, you're seeing it before me. So there are various definitions of sentience that people use, but this is one that my organisation uses. So it's the capacity to experience positive and negative feelings such as pleasure, joy, pain and distress that matter to the individual. And I've just illustrated that with, I think clearly everyone agrees that when you see a happy dog down in a play bow like that, they're experiencing possibly joy and pleasure. And the dog on the right is one of our cruelty cases who was rehomed, and I think again most people would agree that he's not feeling so good there. He's distressed, and the feelings matter to the individual. And so just looking at all of the kind of definitions that you've put there, I think you've certainly included ability to feel and awareness. Some of you, if I'm just scrolling down, some of you have also put in ability to act deliberately and make decisions. So there's a sort of a bit of overlap there between cognition
If you bear with us 1 minute while Penny's sound comes back on.
Let's just have the last poll, see which animals you think are sentient, and then we'll move on to the presentations, and then hopefully other people won't have the same sort of technical issues that I've been having, and you will be able to hear them, and we'll have more time for discussion. So which animals do you think are sentient? Hopefully you can see this poll along the right hand side. So I'd just like you, oh, you should be able to vote for more than one. I'm still only able to vote for one. Would you have to do it over and over again? I don't know whether everybody else is only able to vote for one. Oh. Right, so hopefully you'll all have been able to vote for more than one. And I can see that the only animal, all animals have got at least one vote apart from the African clawed frogs, the xenopus. Or is that just because then, oh, here we go, they're on the bottom there. Okay, so we've got mammals are performing, or sorry, vertebrates are performing better than invertebrates on the whole, although it's quite a good showing for Drosophila. Octopus are scoring highly. Interestingly, in the work that we've been doing with lay members, we found that ever since the film My Octopus Teacher came out, which I'm sure some of you have seen, octopuses began to score more highly when we asked people which animals they think are sentient. So that's just quite a helpful snapshot, and I'm going to take a photo of that for reference later on. So, okay, I think, because I'm actually finding this really difficult without being able to see anybody, I'm just sitting here talking at a laptop. I think it would probably be best if, rather than try and get more discussion going on in the chat box, I think I'd rather just get on with the presentations, if that's all right with everybody. Oh, Celine, yes, there is an event hashtag. It's hashtag SEBAS21. Thank you.